Here we go. Beautiful afternoon. Hey, Mike. Yeah, I'm out sitting out here on Lake Ferguson trying to catch a catfish. Thank you for coming by. Hey, how does the stream look? Does it? Is it? I hadn't even plugged up my batteries or anything yet. Okay, appreciate it. Pretty out here, isn't it? Now, if the fish would cooperate, it might be a perfect afternoon. This is the mouth of Lake Ferguson. Lake Ferguson is a oxbow to the Mississippi River. Let me turn this a little bit. This is the mouth of the Port of Greenville. All of that you see up in there is that's the port of Greenville, Mississippi. Grain barges, fertilizer companies, all kinds of stuff. Now I'm coming back around. There's my pole. Now that right there is the Mississippi River. So I'm right at the mouth of Lake Ferguson, which is it's an oxbow, but it's not connected on the north end. It's blocked off. All kind of industry up in there. I don't know how. I've got to move this camera in this clamp here so I can see the chat. I finally brought glasses so I can read it, and now I can't see all the sentences. All of the sentences. I don't know what this thing is so screwy. I'm gonna have to fool with it some to get it where I can read it. Great looking spot. Let's see. I wonder if I can do it like this and not cause too much trouble. I wonder what that does. I can see all the sentences now. See my pole. I got skipjack on, fresh skipjack, but I don't know. I don't know if there's any fish moving here this time of day or not. It may be strictly a nighttime, or it may not be any time place. Who knows? I spent my 60 years on this river in a boat. This bank fishing is new to me. But I sure appreciate you stopping in. I imagine Bex and a bunch of them will be live tonight, so yep. What kind and are they hungry? Well, they're loading out corn on all these barges down here on the riverbank, on the lake bank down here. There's all kind of corn and stuff along there. So I don't know. They got to be mighty hungry to want to eat because they can just sit there anywhere and just gorge themselves on corn. In fact, I think I see some soybeans laying down there too. Yeah, I imagine there'll be a bunch of them go live tonight. I hope they catch a bunch of fish, which they probably will. I think Has and Brian B are going to break some kind of record Tuesday for viewership. they show they show putting out some trash talk. Yeah, I've been hearing you talk in the chat room. Yeah, that being sick is a mess. I hope you get to feeling better and get on back outside. Good fresh air is good for you. Did you see Big Mike catch that whale last night? Yeah, he caught a 60 plus blue. They were running 90,000 cubic feet per second water through the dam, and he hung a big one. Yeah, that seems to be where they are on those dammed up rivers. I live on the part of the Mississippi. I live on the lower Mississippi River, and it's not dammed up. And in my lifetime, I'm 74. I don't believe I've ever seen the flow, the CFS out here, below 50,000. I mean, we fish, when I was boat fishing, we fished 150, 200,000 CFS most of the year. Even normal water stages, there's Mississippi down here is running 100,000. It's wider and all, but it's still the end of the rock dikes and off of the points. You know, I noticed Mike last night was throwing 8 ounces of weight. Well, the lightest weights in my tackle box are 8 ounces. I go all the way up to 16s, and I have used two 16s to just hold on the bottom, not hang up, just to hold. So I know all about the current. Yeah, yeah. The Missouri may, in fact, might be faster. Yeah, I've never been on the Missouri, but I've always heard it was a pretty swift river, and you got those wing dikes and all on there. Did you hear me tell the story a few weeks ago about the sturgeon? I guess it's a regular old sturgeon. I don't know. We have them here in the river. That my son and tagged down in Vicksburg, Mississippi, and Vicksburg is 100 miles south of me, and they tagged it as a for a project that the Corps engineers were. He was working for the Corps at the time, and they caught somebody caught that sturgeon 600 miles up the Missouri River. That sturgeon traveled over 1,000 miles pretty quick. Yeah, I've got some molds. I pour my own sinkers. I've got one that's 8, 10, 12, and 16 that I was lucky enough to come by about 30 years ago. I don't even know if you can buy one now. I don't know. I just happened to stumble across it. A fella had it and sold it to me. Gave him $10 for it. Yeah, I don't know. I guess those sturgeon that we have here, it's not the same ones that Snake River fishes for, I don't think. I've caught a bunch of them through the years, especially fishing off of sand. You'll catch them every once in a while. But I never caught a big one, 5 or 6 pounds, maybe the biggest one I ever ran across out here. But I guess they migrate pretty hard, pretty far. Omaha, College World Series. Boy, I hated when they closed Rosenblatt to the College World Series. But time marches on. Yeah, palliate, whatever it is. That's the one they turn loose, that they tag. Yep, that's the one they tag down at Vicksburg. They tagged. I don't. I think they tagged 15, but that's the only one that ever turned back up. Oh, that's a good one. Yeah, 9 pound anything is okay. Can you tell the wind's blowing pretty good out here through the microphone? Okay, good. I don't know how long this battery in this phone will last. I got to go up here and crank this generator up. I guess it'll just go black if it runs out of battery. Yeah. I better run on up there and crank that thing up. I'll be back in a minute. Thank you for stopping by. If you're still here, I'll see you when I get back. All right, got a charging now. You can't hear that generator, can you? I hope you can't anyway. Okay, good. Thank you. It's about 150 feet up there in the back of my truck with the tailgate shut. So I already had that generator. So, and the electric cord is pretty cheap. I had a bunch already. I just couldn't see the reason to buy batteries and inverters and all that. And I just leave that generator in the back of the truck and run the car to wherever I'm going. I bought enough stuff to go live as it was. And I bought a bunch of stuff that I didn't need. I didn't know. And I couldn't find anybody to tell me. I tried to ask questions, but hell, people didn't want to fool with me. I think I must talk too fast. Yeah, real quick. I didn't spend that much money though. I bought this little old microphone. I bought this tripod. I shouldn't have bought a ring light because I bought other day. I bought a 2,000 lumen LED little shop light for $19. That's what I should have had all along. I don't like that ring light. It puts too much glare on me. And I finally figured out that if you turn around and use the back camera on your phone, you're a lot better off. Yeah, it can be a headache. Oh yeah, I did buy me a little old foldable wagon, but I I bought it to use at the house too. Right, right. Always save money if you can. I think that little wagon, that little foldable wagon, was $70. That's I can't think of anything else that I really spent a lot of money on. Like I said, I already had a generator, and I already had 150 feet of cord. I bought 50 more feet of cord, and it's easy to get that cord up and down the bank. I just tie it around my waist and walk on down wherever I'm going, and just drag the cord with me. I don't have any really heavy stuff. It's just bulky. And being by yourself messes you up too. You need a little help. I think a backpack would be pretty handy. You can pack a lot of that stuff on your back. Little small tackle box and stuff like that. Tripod. Yeah. Yeah, I think this is the first time. This is about my third or fourth try on this going live. I left one on my YouTube channel. I deleted the rest of them. But this is the first one I've been able to read the chat. Like I said, I just figured out if you turn the camera and use the back camera, then you can read the chat. And even when I did that other night, last Thursday night, right at the end of the live stream, yeah, I still couldn't read the little old bitty writing. So I brought my glasses tonight, so I can read it tonight. Because I hate these glasses, but if you had a laptop or something like that, you could read it pretty easy. Yeah, you're right about a laptop. But I don't think I'll ever get that sophisticated. This little old 2,000 lumen shop light, it weighs about 2 pounds, I guess. sits right flat on the ground, got a little stand with it. And it lights up my backyard. I expect it to light these rods up when it gets dark. Hey, Willie, what's up, man? Yeah, I saw you found your son, or your son found you. I didn't. I just made mention that I know how he feels. I was 40 years old when I found my dad. I was one of them World War II babies, and I didn't even know his name. And my uncle was in the Marine Corps with him. And my uncle, when my mother died in '79, her brother, my uncle, told me that if I ever wanted to find my daddy, he could do it. So I was sitting around with another couple, my wife and I, one night having an adult beverage, and she was adopted. And she had found her birth father. And my wife told her, said, well, Steve is the same way, but he don't even know his birth father's name. And then I told her, the lady, about my uncle, what he told me. And she says, I dare you to call your uncle and get him to find out where your daddy is. I said, no, don't dare me now. She said, well, I dare you. And I got up and called my uncle. It was like 10 o'clock at night. And I told him, I said, Uncle Buddy, I'm ready to try to find my daddy. He said, good enough. And he hung up the phone. 6 o'clock the next morning, my daddy called me from Northern California. They were in the Marine Corps together, and that's how all that came to be, and that's how I came to be. And but the easy thing to do to find, and listen to this, Willie, you probably never heard this name, last name, Fifield, Fifield. That was his last name. He's from Vermont, a little old town called Pownell, Pownal, Vermont. So he just got on the damn phone and called information or whatever and got the first Fifield in the book up there. It was my dad's brother. He got the telephone number and called my dad in Northern California, and my dad called me the next morning at 6 o'clock. So I'm a Yankee. I'm a Vermont Yankee. But I was 40 years old when I found him. That was 34 years ago. He's still alive. His birthday was the end of August. I talked to him. My birthday was yesterday. He called me. That rascal is 97 years old. Thank you, Willie. Yeah. Seems like they're coming about every other month now. The older you get, the quicker they get here. Uh-oh. Tall boy getting a little bump. Look at him. Yeah, it's good and clean. I think it's clean of fish too, but it is one little one out there. That's a skipjack head, big old big head. That little fish will have to sit there for a week to eat all that. Yeah, call them up, Mike. Yeah, there's a pull down. Well, they may be gonna move in here tonight. How about that? Rod on the left. I guess the way Chunky says that's number one. Way to go, Willie. Man, enjoy yourself. Proud of you. And happy for you. What's up? And the whole crew is what's up? Oh, Lord. Hey, Willie, you ever seen a towboat? I mean, a lake with this much towboat traffic on it? Well, this is Lake Ferguson. You know, I talked to y'all about all that with Aaron. This is the mouth of Lake Ferguson. I guess you can see some of the port way back in the background. These are harbor boats that bring barges off the river into the port, and their dock is out here on the river. They look like they headed to their dock. There's a bite. Come on, pull that thing over and get hung. Okay, Mike. Thank you for stopping in. Thank you too, Willie boy. Willie, can you hear that radio? Probably can't tell what they're saying. I thought it would be interesting, so I brought my marine radio out here where people can listen to the towboats if they want to, if they can hear. I think I'm going to turn this thing a little bit where the river will be more in it. Yeah, there you can still see all the pole. And you'll be able to see the towboats go by. And I can see chat better too. Ooh, that boat listening bad to the side. Boy, look coming around the point there. Now that's a boom. Matter of fact, that's two big old booms. And that must be a salvage boat. Pick up barges at the bottom of the river and stuff. Lord have mercy. You see it, Willie? Okay, Mike. Well, you missed that big old river salvage boat that just went by. You ought to scroll back and look at it. It's about 2 or 3 minutes ago. It's real close. It's a river salvage. They pick up these sunk barges and things out here. Massive, massive cranes and all on the front of it. Okay, great. Yeah, that's a good sign when you're hungry. Yeah, just you. Hello, Cameron. Thank you for stopping by, man. Nothing going on here. Got a few bites, that's all. There's a bite on that right, on that tall pole, on that skipjack here. Skipjack. The one on the right's got the head. The other two have small stakes on. Freshwater herring, skipjack. We call them skipjacks in Mississippi. I'm gonna wait a little later till that sun gets almost down and rebait. Yeah, Mike, we used to have, I'm gonna say 15 years ago when I went out to go catfishing. I didn't even take any bait with me. I just carried a bait rod and stop in 2 or 3 spots and have enough to fish all day, and more than likely take some home to freeze. But with the invasion of these big head carp in the river down here, they eat all of the plankton. Even a 50-pound big head carp eats the plankton that all of the minnows eat. The minnows are bass, catfish, shad, crappie, skipjacks, everything. And the bait fish are just not any bait fish anymore to amount to anything. I get my skipjacks now from a commercial fisherman friend of mine that fishes here, and he catches them in his hoop nets. And in October, he'll set out lines, and he vacuum seals them and everything. He takes good care of them, and he gives me a package, 4 or 5 in a package from time to time, because you just can't catch them with a pole hardly anymore. They hard to find in the Mississippi River down here. cast net for shad. And you'll kill yourself out there with a cast net. That was one of the reasons I quit. I quit fishing out there. That bait got to where you couldn't find any, and it's all because of them damn big head carp. Pardon my French. Right here where I'm sitting, exactly right here where I'm sitting. I have walked down here late in the afternoon with a Zebco 33 and some sabiki rigs and cast out here in this water and catch 20 skipjacks right here. You, I don't believe you could catch a skipjack right here anymore. They're just not. They just those big head carp have ruined our fishery as far as that goes. I don't know what's going to become of it. Hello, Chris Garcia. Appreciate you swinging through, man. Okay, Mike. Skipjacks. Skipjack head on the right rod. Skipjack steak in the middle, and a skipjack steak on the left. I'm gonna wait a little bit later. I'll probably leave that head on there, but I'm gonna wait a little later and put two fresh steaks on the left. I have had a couple of pull downs on the left and a couple of taps on that head. Hadn't anything happened in the middle rod, but all skipjack. No, no, just had a two or three little old bumps, and the rod on the left did have a fairly good pull down, but it didn't hang. And like I said, the skipjack head on the right has had a bunch of little taps. Okay, if you look on Google Earth, Greenville, Mississippi, that big body of water to your left out there is the Mississippi River. And what I'm fishing is what's called Lake Ferguson. It's actually the port of Greenville, Mississippi. It's a oxbow it's sealed off on the north end. All kind of industry and grain companies, fertilizer companies, boat building places, all that up in the lake. And this is where it comes out and joins the Mississippi River. But you can see it plain as day on Google Earth where I'm sitting. No. This is all freshwater. I'm 537 river miles from the mouth of the Mississippi River below New Orleans. 537 miles. Hey, Dale. Thank y'all for stopping by. I wished I could catch a fish for y'all. I don't know. I wish I could catch a fish for me. Yep, it's fun. It's relaxing, that's for sure. And I can't believe how cool it is. It got up to 92. Heat index about 98, 99. But it's cooled down good as that sun goes down. It's supposed to be high 70s tonight. That's great for Mississippi. Hello, Kay Adams. Do I know you? The picture pretty good, Kay. Boys and girls, that's my wife of 52 years. Childhood sweethearts, so to speak. Thank you, ma'am. Why don't you tell Blaine that I'm on here? Towers might want to watch a little bit of it. Yeah, it is. It's it's a eddy right here. The water's actually moving left to right, Chris. Of course, out there in the Mississippi, that river, that water's moving right to left, and it creates a big eddy right here. It just makes a big circle and goes over to the other bank and back out. It's just going around and around right here. It should be a good place to fish. Should be some fish moving here. I've seen a few big flatheads caught. I always boat fished. I just started this bank fishing here in the last month. But I saw a fella catch a 61-pound flathead just to my left. I took pictures of it and weighed it for him and everything. But it was later on. It was in October. Hello, outdoors. MN, that's Minnesota, right? Minnesota. Thank you for stopping in, man. Yeah. Home of black flies. Hey, Minnesota outdoors. You ever tried Banana Boat 50 sunscreen on those black flies as a repellent? Hey, Towers, what are you doing, man? You watching your granddaddy's fish? Yeah, you ought to try that Banana Boat 50 sunscreen. We have bull gnats down here, and according to the Google, that's the same thing as black flies, and it's 100% effective on bull gnats down here. It'll keep them off of you. Banana Boat 50 sunscreen. All right. Your daddy tell you about maybe y'all coming up and fishing one night? Well, good. I hope y'all do, Towers. Yeah, Minnesota Outdoors. Uh, they make it in a spray or a lotion, and I use both. Those things hurt me. They leave whelps on me bigger than a wasp, and they actually will make me sick if I get bit too much because I'm really allergic to them. And that Banana Boat 50 is a lifesaver. I'll tell you. Please do try it. Towers, talk to your daddy and see if y'all do try to make it up here. I'll set the camper up here at the campground, and that way we just get up and go to the house, go to the camper, and go to bed. It's got a good air conditioner in it. See what he thinks about that. Hey, John, I missed you when you came in. I was running my mouth. Appreciate you stopping by, man. The Potomac River King. Yeah, well, I hadn't been doing this long. Kind of new. I uh I just got into this YouTube stuff here a few weeks ago. Yeah, thank you. Nice to meet you, John. I watched you. I watched you catch that big fish on that tournament week before last. You were having a ball, man. That was fun to watch. What was that fish? 35? Caught a 35? Big fish? 38, 35? I get all the 35s and stuff mixed up because Stan caught the 35 fish and yours was 30 something up there, right around 35 or better. 35, yeah, right. 0.22. There you go. Yeah, you had a ball. You were fun to watch. You missed my comment though. Uh, I'll tell you now. Don't run off. Let me tell you what I said in that live stream when you were fishing up there on the Potomac. I asked you, did you know that Tom Brady had moved to Ohio? To where is Ohio State? Akron? Is that right? I can't remember. I think it was Akron. I looked it up, and I said, "Did you hear that Tom Brady moved to whatever town that Ohio State's in?" And you never did answer. And I went on and put in there that he wanted to get away from football for a while. You see, I'm in SEC country, and we kind of laugh at, yeah, Columbus. That's right. We kind of laugh at Big Ten football. Uh, how about that? No, you were busy. You had other things to do. I was just pulling your leg about Ohio State. Yeah, that's right. Minnesota and Ohio State are playing tonight. What was the line on that game? Yeah, I like the film. What was the line on the Minnesota Ohio State game? Anybody know? Oh, yeah, at 8 o'clock. Okay, Minnesota gonna get killed. Well, I think I'm gonna rebait a couple of these poles. Hard to catch them when you don't have any bait. Fishing on the critter. all of it. Hello, Big Matt. Sunfish, hello. Thank you, Minnesota. Bait, you still here, John? I'm using all skipjacks. Skipjack head, skipjack steaks.
Halo coming out Lake Ferguson, one empty. We head towards Greenville Bridge elevator. Halo southbound, one empty.
Could y'all hear that? Okay, John. The two short rods are 7 foot ugly stick tigers, medium. I've got all pin 309 reels, the old maroon Bakelite pin reels, 309s. And that middle pole, I won that middle pole out in Oklahoma one time. I was out there to get together, a bunch of folks fishing, and they had a pole that they was going to give away for the biggest fish. And I caught I think it was a 12 or 13 pound gar. And I won the pole. So I think it's a Berkeley big game rod. I'm not even sure. I'm not one of these guys. When I fished on the river with the boat, with my boat and all, I didn't ever fish but two poles. Most of the time, only one pole. Uh, so I don't have the stack of rods and reels that a lot of y'all have. I just have the three right there. And I had to bring that old tall white pole out of retirement and put a reel on it and everything. Because those two ugly stick tigers is the only thing I've used in the last 10, 12 years out of the boat. How tall? The ugly sticks are 7 foot, medium heavy, I guess you'd call it. And the the other pole must be, what is it, 8 feet? Must be an 8 foot rod. Not much to it. The ugly sticks are the good rods. They sturdy, they stout rods. I've caught some mighty big fish on them when I was boat fishing. Uh, I had cancer in 2014 and scared me to death. I'm over it. I was fine. I didn't even. I mean, I walked through it like you walk through bathtub water, no problems. But it kind of scared me, and I just don't trust myself out there on that river in my boat anymore. So I had quit fishing for, oh golly, 10 years, I guess, 8 years, and I just started back about 3 weeks ago. This this bank fishing kind of got to me, and I said, well, I can do that, and so here I am. So, I don't know anything about bank fishing. I know you need a long pole if you want to fish way out there. But golly, when I was fishing in the boat, I always anchored and fished close to the bank. I never understood throwing way out across the water because I've always fished fairly close to the bank when I was boat fishing. So I just said, heck with it. I'm just going to go with what I got. But I miss this old river. I've been on it since back in the 60s, and it's nothing like the Mississippi River. You can, the Ohio and the Missouri and all these other rivers, they just kind of little streams compared to the mighty muddy down here where I live. I don't know. I've biggest fish I ever landed on one of them was 75 pounds, blue cat. I've landed a lots of 25, 28 pound flatheads on them, and I've hung some fish that I couldn't land on them, uh, that the hooks broke, and I got suckered into using braid. I thought braid was there's a strike. I thought braid was the way to go, but I found out pretty quick that out here and all this structure and stuff, braid is not much to it. I lost some good fish on braid. At least on monofilament, they break the hooks. Yeah, me too, John. I don't like braid. I don't like it. Yeah. Did you know that the Arkansas State record blue cat? Now I don't know if it's still holding, but the record 15 years ago was caught on a Zepco 33 from the bank under the bridge from Memphis to West Memphis, Arkansas. Caught on a Zepco 33. 90, I forget, 90 something pounds, high 90. And they verified it. I kind of thought it was bull sharks, but apparently, apparently it was the truth because they certified it. sure pretty out here this evening. Really pretty. £12 channel cat is a pretty good fight, I'm gonna tell you. Okay. What kind of fish are in Lake Erie? I guess muskie and all that stuff, huh? You got a bunch of different choices there, I bet. Okay, thank you, John. Thank you. Yeah, one of these days I'm gonna catch a fish from the bank. One of these days. Yeah, appreciate it. Nice to meet you, John. Yeah, I hope so. I wouldn't mind catching at least one. I don't even care how big it is. I just like to feel something besides the weight coming in. Something else. I've never used circle hooks. This is my first experience with circle hooks. So I don't know. Colon. Colon cancer. Oh Lord, I hate to hear that, sunfish. Yeah, I caught it early. Uh, yeah, I caught it real early. Had a little blood going there, and I went to the doctor, and they did a what do they call that, colonoscopy or lower GI, whatever it is, and they found it, and I went right on, had it taken care of. They got about, I think, 8 inches of intestine or whatever it is. But I'm fine. I'm just old, man. I played too much football and baseball growing up, and bad ankles and bad knees, bad hips, and I don't get around real good from joint problems. So I kind of gave up the fishing out of the boat and going out on the Mississippi. It's not a very forgiving body of water down here. It's serious business out there. I fell in it once in February, and I was a young man duck hunting. That got my attention. But I've got two sons. One's 50, and the other one's in the late 40s, and I raised both of them out here on this river, and we had a lot of fun. We had a world of fun. Okay, circle hook. I guess it'll happen for me eventually. Well, I guess I better get that thermocell cranked up. There you go. Well, boy, once they graduate high school, it's like they're gone then. Yeah, I'm sorry that he's gone, man. Your mother too. That's hard to hard to deal with sometimes. Won't never forget them though. Come on, Thomas. Oh, oh. There we go. Charles Phillips. Yeah, I've had some bites, Charles. I got one right now on number 3. But no takers, just bites. Assassin, I'm using all skipjacks. It's a skipjack head on the tall pole, and the 2 other poles got skipjack stakes on them. Yeah, my commercial fisherman buddy gave me 5 skipjacks yesterday. I've got a friend up in Memphis that usually gets me a few skipjacks, but he's kind of slack now. He don't. I can't get him to cooperate anymore. No, I'm at the mouth of Lake Ferguson. Yeah, creek chub's a good bait. Uh, I wished I could get a hold of some bullheads. That's what I really like. Some small bullheads, 6 8 inches long. That if there's any flatheads around here, they'll they'll go after a bullhead. Charles, next week if I come up there, I want you to get me a couple packs of that skipjack from Bass Pro to bring back home. Keep it on some good ice so it won't thaw out. Yeah, those. Well, if you don't have, I don't know whether channel cats will take a bullhead or not. I don't know. I never caught a channel cat on a bullhead, but I know the flatheads love them down here. Are the poles still showing up okay? I need to turn the light on. Okay. Well, I'll hold off on turning the light on. I'm anxious to see how this new light works. Well, he's still fooling with it over there. See, Peter, mosquitoes bouncing off of me out here tonight. You ought to be here. They wouldn't be bothering me. They'd be eating you up. Oh, they bite me on my hands. I got to spray. They bite me on my neck. I got to spray. Lord have mercy. I don't know how you get it off. Tap on it. Remove from string. All right, now I'm back. Now I don't know. It's just I don't know how to. I don't know how to get that off of the. I don't know. I thought maybe Assassin would tell me something.